ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಸುಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಶುಭೋದಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಶಿವಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಲಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ 8:31 ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಾಸಂಚಿಕೆಯ ನಂಬರು 1868 1868. In this 1868 ಮಹಾಸಂಚಿಕೆ ನಂಬರ್ we are just going through at the best blessings of my Aradhya Devi Lalita Mahatripura Sundari, the Hindu marriage, a scientific analysis with a book beautifully written by one Mr. H.K.S. Rao. Now, for this session, that is, this is going to be a part 6, and today is Tuesday and 31st May, end of this month May, 31st May 2022. In this main session, that is 1867, I think I have uttered 1868. Now I stand corrected. Now it is going to be a 1867, and it's going to be a part 6, the Hindu marriage, a scientific analysis. I have chosen for this session, the signature tune was Kamavardhini, because the marriage is going to complete within next session. So now the spouses, they can just enjoy the third one in the Purushartha, that is Dharma, they have done it, Artha, over. Now let they begin the Kama, Dharma, Artha, Kama. Let them go to the last stage. Like that, it has been ordained by my Aradhya Devi. As per that, now in the previous session, that is why I have chosen the Kamavardhini. The raga is Kamavardhini. It's called as that's in the Tamil pun Sadari, which is very, very what I could say, Shiva. To propitiate Shiva, this raga is very, very dear to Shiva and Parvati. So that just like the couple, we presume they are just like a Shiva and Parvati. That is Prakriti and Purusha. Let them enjoy to reproduce, because Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhonavali, she has to produce within a fraction of a nanosecond, she has to produce the universe. Thinking like that, the same can be applied to this Kamavardhini, because the Prajotpati is the main purpose of this sacred marriage. In whichever caste, color, creed, or in anywhere in the world, that is the purpose of marriage. With this introduction, that Kamavardhini has been chosen for this signature tune to continue. In the previous session, we have just how to the touring and all those things. Now, directly I start reading that book, the Hindu marriage, a scientific analysis. Seeing Arundhati star. Let us go to seeing Arundhati star. The final ritual is Arundhati Darshana, or seeing the Arundhati star in the evening. Arundhati is the spouse of sage Vasishta. She is known for her devotion to her husband. According to the Hindus, 7 most important sages are in the universe in the form of stars. Among them, sage Vasishta is one. Just very close to this constellation, there is one very small star, and this star is called Arundhati. The husband shows this particular star to his newly wed wife at the end of the marriage. Now, we shall try to understand the significance of this ritual scientifically. According to the Hatha Yoga, star and moon gazing helps to improve the eyesight. The cosmic rays radiated by the constellations have very good effect on the optic nerves and regular gazing at the stars for some time daily will keep the eyes in perfect condition. In olden times, the males who were studying in Gurukula were taught astronomy also. Every pupil in the Gurukula should have an elementary knowledge of astronomy for two reasons. There, the first one, in those times when watches and timepieces were unknown, the time was being calculated by studying the position of sun during daytime and by the positions of important constellations during night times. This knowledge of calculating time was a must because the time of birth and death had to be calculated, and also propitious time or muhurta had to be fixed for important rituals. The second reason for the study of stars and planets was that the people should have good vision. As already stated, the cosmic rays coming from these constellations have a very good effect on the optic nerves and makes the vision very clear. Even now, one can understand this by seeing how our rural folk who are away from this so-called civilization are maintaining their eyesight when compared to the urban citizens are maintaining their eyesight when compared to the urban citizens among whom the wearing of glasses is very, very common. Of course, there is also another reasons for losing good vision which I have analyzed in separately. Now, what he, that is bridegroom, has practiced and cultivated in Gurukula, the same is important to his wife, life partner, with the intentions that his wife should have good eyesight throughout her life. Hence, she shows this Arundhati star. Why this particular star? A big question. This Arundhati star is so small that one has to concentrate one's vision very narrowly. This helps the optic nerves by way of proper exercise to eyes. Also, the cosmic rays radiated by this star may have extra effect on the optic nerve. Our Maharshi had known this by their Divya Drishti. Now, coming to the conclusion of this particular chapter, as stated earlier, the husband in a Hindu family expects from his wife the following: 1. Sound health, feeling of oneness at all times, even at the time of distress. Third one, a true life partner. And last but not the least, above all, a guide and a philosopher and also a friend. That is, a friend and philosopher and guide. A loving wife with the above qualities is a boon to male. The duties or qualities of wife is summed up in the following Sanskrit verse. That is, I already have uttered. Let me once again repeat it. Karyeshu dasi, karneshu mantri, rupeshu lakshmi, kshamaya daritri, bhojyeshu mata, shayaneshu vaishye. It is there, it is mentioned. So far, work at home is concerned, she is maid servant. For counseling, she is a minister. In beauty, she is like Lakshmi, spouse of Sri Narayana, the Supreme Lord. For forgiveness and patience, she is like Mother Earth. She is like a mother so far, taking care of her husband. And finally, she gives a good response so far his bed comforts are concerned. These are the 6 qualities of a good and virtuous wife. In turn, the husband should never ill-treat his wife. In turn, the husband should never ill-treat his wife. On no account she should feel distressed or suffer on account of the husband's misbehavior. That means the husband should be true to his wife in all respects. According to astrology, the suffering of the wife will result in issueless in the next birth of the husband. It is stated as follows: Patni Shapat Suta Kshayaha. Various combinations of the planets are given in the horoscope of the individual to find out the reason for the curse. Directly, the wife will not curse like this, but her suffering on account of her husband is sufficient, and certainly it will act as a curse, that is shapa. There is no other curse or punishment so far as this curse shapa is concerned, because this curse means an end of the continuation of the family itself. Thus, both husband and her wife are governed by a code of conduct. That is the Hindu family, which is a unique feature. But times have changed. Owing to not understanding of the rituals properly, and also the propriety, and due to the influence of other religions and modern education, the whole Hindu society is changing, giving more prominence to materialistic facilities than moral standards. Having ignored the true meaning of these rituals, the present generation is losing good health, but adapting itself to the health of swallowing tablets. This has been written 50 years back. Just imagine. This is most unfortunate as civilization is advancing. All types of incurable diseases are also increasing. In this sense, the rituals ordained by the ancients were only preventive measures, and we have not cared to understand. Thus, all the rituals of the Hindu marriage are centered around the bride and the bridegroom, just to make them to understand one another psychologically, to think alike and to act together while maintaining their health. Of course, there are many more daily rituals ordained for both the males and females to maintain perfect health. These are only preventive measures against deadly chronic diseases. 50 years back, never heard of corona and all those things. Some of these rituals have been separately analyzed scientifically. Mention may be made here that nuptial ceremony is not analyzed here, as it is a separate function and has its own rituals. Among the Shodasha Karmas, that is 16 ceremonies, marriage and nuptials are separately mentioned. But unfortunately, nowadays, the marriage and nuptials are coupled, and as a result of this, there is untold misery in the life. This is explained separately. The modern scientists come doctors would do well to study the present sociological condition with special reference to family life, both from health point of view as well as harmony point of view, and compare the same with the analysis made in this article. The reason for the increase in failures in marriages. See, it has been said 50 years back. Once again, the reasons for the increase in failures in marriage nowadays may be looked into with special reference to the points analyzed above. H.K.S. Rao, 23/1, 7th Class, Kshetraya Road, K.R. Mohalla, Mysore, 570024, page number 20. With this, I will stop for this number 1867, that is on Tuesday, 31st May. We are closing the balance for the month end, that is on 31st, with part 6, with one more section, that is, it will be followed, that is 1868. So, till then, let us take a small break, and I will reappear with the next session. Thank you very much.